How to choose the right DUI attorney in Pennsylvania. So you just got arrested for a DUI. Everything feels rushed, expensive, and loaded with risk. And now somebody's telling you that the most important decision you're going to make is who you hire to defend you. They're right. But here's the problem. Searching DUI attorney Pennsylvania gives you a wall of ads, reviews, and websites that all say basically the same thing. So how do you actually find the right lawyer for your specific case? I'm Sean Quinlan, Pennsylvania DUI attorney. This is the practical guide: what to look for, what to ask, what to avoid, and how to make confident decisions without getting played by slick marketing. Let's start with your actual case. Before you call a single attorney, understand one thing. Not every DUI case carries the same risks, and not every DUI attorney is the right fit for every DUI charge. A first offense with no accident is completely different from a repeat DUI, a high BAC case, a refusal, or a drug-related case. If you hire a lawyer without matching them to the kind of case that you actually have, you can end up with a generic defense for a very specific problem. Your goal isn't just to find someone who handles criminal law. Your goal is to find someone who understands the pressure points in your case, where the evidence may be weak, what penalties are likely, what local options exist to reduce the damage. So before any consultation, get clear on your own facts. What was your BAC, or do you not know yet? First offense or prior history? Did you refuse the blood draw? Was there an accident? Do you hold a CDL or professional license? Is your job at stake? Were there kids in the car? Those answers narrow the field fast, and they tell you exactly what to ask when you make the call. Why local experience is non-negotiable. Here's something a lot of people don't know going into this search. Pennsylvania DUI law is statewide, but how it actually plays out can be very different from one county to the next. ARD policies differ by county. Scheduling differs. The rhythm of preliminary hearings, plea discussions, and sentencing expectations can differ. Even practical details, how quickly paperwork moves, how certain judges want issues presented, can shape your entire experience. If your case is in Cumberland, Dauphin, York, Perry, or Adams County, you want someone who has been in that courthouse recently, not someone who says they cover all of Pennsylvania and means it loosely. An attorney with genuine local experience already understands how local prosecutors handle ARD, what certain judges focus on, where negotiations tend to get traction, and how hearings actually run. That's not a bonus. That's a real strategic advantage. So when you call, ask directly, how much recent work have you done in my county? If the answer is vague, keep looking. What a good DUI defense actually protects. A lot of people think DUI defense is about one thing, trying to beat the charge. Sometimes that's the goal, but the smarter frame is broader than that. A good DUI defense protects your license, your record, your job, your daily life, not just the outcome at trial. Here's what I mean. A DUI can hit parts of your life that have nothing to do with court fines. Your insurance can jump, your clean record can disappear, a work vehicle issue can turn into an employment problem overnight. If your attorney only talks about courtroom and ignores the practical fallout, that's too narrow. Your license and PennDOT. Your criminal case and your license consequences run on separate tracks. PennDOT handles suspensions, ignition interlock, and refusal consequences independently from the court. You can be making progress in court while still dealing with paperwork and deadlines on the license side. A strong attorney explains how those pieces interact and what to expect from PennDOT notices. Your record and career. If you're a nurse, teacher, contractor, or any licensed professional, a DUI can create reporting obligations and board scrutiny that outlast the criminal case entirely. If you drive commercially, CDL consequences can hit before your criminal case is even resolved. Your attorney needs to treat that as a main issue, not an afterthought. What are some signs you found the right attorney? Here's where the search gets easier. Stop trying to read local websites and focus on few factors that actually predict fit. Real DUI focus, not just general criminal defense. Some attorneys handle DUI cases regularly. Others take a few a year because the calls come in. That difference matters. DUI defense has its own moving parts. ARD eligibility, traffic stop challenges, field sobriety testing, chemical testing procedures, sentencing tiers, refusal issues, ignition interlock, county-specific practices. A lawyer who works in this area consistently will spot issues faster and explain your options more clearly. If the attorney can speak comfortably about high-rate cases, refusals, blood testing, ARD, and sentencing ranges without sounding like they're reading a brochure, that's a good sign. Clear communication you can actually follow. A good attorney should be able to explain your case in plain English. Not perfectly. Early cases still have unknowns, but clearly enough that you understand the next hearing, the likely timeline, the major risks, and realistic paths forward. If a consultation leaves you more confused than when you walked in, pay attention to that. Legal skill matters, but so does communication. In DUI cases, deadlines, license concerns, and court requirements pile up quickly. Calm, organized communication isn't a bonus, it's part of the service. A fee structure that makes sense upfront. Ask what's included in the quote, what costs extra, whether trial is a separate add-on, and whether payment plans are available. If the fee conversation feels slippery or verbal only, slow down. Clear written expectations protect you. So what are some questions you can ask before you hire anyone? A consultation should do more than reassure you. It should help you compare attorneys on substance. Here are the questions that reveal the most fast. On experience and strategy. How often do you handle DUI cases in my county? Have you handled cases like mine? High BAC, refusal, drug DUI, prior offenses. What defenses stand out to you right away? What's the realistic best and worst outcome in a case like this? That last question cuts right through the sales language fast. A solid attorney explains the range honestly. Confidence is useful, fantasy is not. On communication and case handling, will you personally appear in court, or will another attorney or staff member handle parts of my case? Who updates me, and how quickly are my calls and emails returned? How often should I expect updates? Those details sound small until your hearing is 2 days away and you can't reach the lawyer. On costs and next steps. What does the fee cover from start to finish? What changes if the case goes to trial? Are there extra charges for expert review, additional motions, or license-related work? Then ask this, what should I do in the first 48 hours after hiring you? That answer should be specific and practical. Gather paperwork, preserve details, avoid certain statements, prepare for the next date. Leave it to us is not a good answer. How your situation changes who you need. Different DUI situations call for different priorities. Here's a quick breakdown. First offense, ARD concerns. ARD may be part of the conversation, but it's not automatic, and it shouldn't be treated as the default before anyone looks at the evidence. A good attorney reviews the stop, the testing, and the facts first. Sometimes ARD is clearly the best move. Sometimes there's a defense issue worth pressing. You need someone who looks before they leap. Repeat DUI or mandatory minimums. Prior offenses raise the stakes fast. Jail exposure increases. Negotiation room narrows. Sentencing structure becomes the central issue. You need someone comfortable working through mandatory minimums, mitigation, and realistic sentencing advocacy, not someone offering vague optimism about a tough situation. CDL or professional license? This is not the place to hire the cheapest option. CDL drivers face consequences that can affect their income before the criminal case is even resolved. Licensed professionals can run into employer reporting, board scrutiny, and background check issues that outlast a court case. Your attorney needs to understand collateral damage reduction, not just charge disposal. High BAC, refusal, or a drug DUI? These cases involve tougher evidence and steeper penalties. Refusal cases have contested facts and separate license consequences. Drug DUI cases raise questions about blood draws, lab handling, officer observations, and whether the test results actually show impairment at the time of driving. Field sobriety tests can become a bigger issue than expected. Fatigue, medical conditions, anxiety, roadside conditions, footwear, all matter. You need somebody who knows how to pick apart procedure rather than treating chemical evidence as the end of the story. What are some red flags to watch for? Some warning signs are easy to miss when you're stressed. They're still worth taking seriously. Guarantees. Any attorney who promises guaranteed dismissal, guaranteed ARD, or any certain result before reviewing your paperwork is selling you something. Confidence is good. Certainty at this stage is not. Pressure. If someone pushes you to hire immediately without answering basic questions, that's a problem. A DUI case moves fast, but your hiring decision should not feel forced or coerced. Generic answers. If an attorney can't clearly explain the next hearing, doesn't know the county process, or gives you criminal defense answers that could apply to shoplifting or assault, keep looking. You want to hear specifics about DUI procedure, county practice, timelines, and pressure points. Reviews that tell you nothing. Great lawyer is nearly useless. Better reviews mention communication, preparation, clarity, county familiarity, or how informed the client felt throughout the case. Look for patterns. If multiple people mention being kept in the dark or surprised by fees, believe that pattern. How to make the final decision. Keep it simple. Compare 3 attorneys. Check whether DUI defense is a genuine regular part of the practice. Not implied, but real. Check whether local experience in your county is recent and specific. Then choose the one who explains your case most clearly, answers your questions directly, and gives you the strongest practical plan. You're not buying a slogan. You're choosing someone to protect your license, your record, and a lot of ordinary life that can get shaken up by one arrest. Once you hire, move fast. Send every citation, notice, bail paper, and license-related letter immediately. Write down everything that happened while it's still fresh. Stop discussing the case with friends and coworkers or on social media. Calendar every court date and every deadline the office gives you. Then do one thing a day. Make 2 consultation calls while the details are still clear. That single step can turn a panic search into a confident decision. And right now, clarity is worth more than you think. Choosing the right DUI attorney isn't about finding the most impressive website or the lowest price. It's about finding the right fit for your specific case, in your specific county, with a communication style you can actually work with. If you've been charged with a DUI in Pennsylvania and want to understand where your case stands, reach out. Free consultations, no pressure. Link is in the description. Subscribe for more straight talk on Pennsylvania DUI law. I'll see you in the next video.